Hi friends, this is once again with reading passage of IELTS and how to do this and what you have to do in the actual examination. So this one paragraph will be given to you to read it in about 20 minutes and to do it here. You should spend about 20 minutes on questions 40 to 26, which are based on a reading passage to below. Should we try to bring extinct species back to life? Yes, he marked this. The paragraph A, B, C identification has been given, and this is important to note. Maybe, most probably, you will have matching questions to this. Again, the passenger pigeon was a legendary species flying in vast numbers across North America with potentially many millions within a single flock. Their migration was once one of nature's greatest spectacles. Sadly, the passenger pigeon's existence came to an end on 1 September 1914 when the last living specimen died at Cincinnati Zoo. Genet- geneticists, geneticists Ben Novak is lead researcher on an is a lead researcher, leading researcher, okay, lead researcher on an ambitious project which now aims to bring the bird back to life through a process known as de-extinction. Okay, the basic premise involves using cloning technology to turn the DNA of extinct animals into a fertilized embryo, which is carried by the nearest relative still in existence, in this case, the abundant um, band-tailed pigeon before being born as a living, breathing animal. Passenger pigeons are one of the pioneering species in this field, but they are far from the only ones on which this cutting-edge technology is being traced. Well, my opinion is that we don't want, you see, messenger pigeons. Rather, we need emailing pigeons, okay? Educated and typing pigeon must know how to type with its beak and the class fingers. Okay, anyway, we read further. B. In Australia, the thylacine, I don't know what is this, the thylacine, more commonly known as the Tasmanian tiger, is another extinct creature which genetic scientists are striving to bring back to life. And there is no carnivore now in Tasmania that fills the niche which thylacines once occupied, explains Micah Archer of the University of New South Wales. He points out that in the decades since the thylacine went extinct, there has been a spread in a dangerously debilitating facial tumor syndrome, which threatens the existence of the Tasmanian devils, the island's other notorious resident. um, Thylacines would have prevented this spread because they would have killed significant numbers of Tasmanian devils. If that contagious cancer had popped up previously, it would have burned out in whatever region it started. The return of thylacines to Tasmania could help to ensure that devils are never again subjected to risks of this kind. Okay, well, this is talking about revival of the Tasmanian tiger. I would suggest that they should pay more attention to the living tigers. Less they should be looking for that when the time is gone, when they are too late for that. The living tigers and you see horses, donkeys, monkeys, all they are coming to extinct. Only human race will survive, I think. And then they will be looking for them, searching for them once again. Okay, don't know what's going to happen with this word. C, paragraph C. I gave just a little comments as came to my mind. If extinct species can be brought back to life, can humanity being to correct the damage it has caused to the natural world over the past few millennia? The idea of de-extinction is that we can reserve this process of bringing species that no longer exist back to life, says Beth Shapiro of University of California, Santa Cruz and Genomics Institute. I don't think that we can do this. There is no way to bring back something that is 100% identical to a species that went extinct a long time ago. A more practical approach for long extinct species is to take the DNA of existing species as a template ready for the insertion of standards of extinct animal DNA to create something new, a hybrid based on the living species, but which looks and or acts like the animal which died out. Very dangerous project. I think they should not pay attention to this. I don't know what they're going to do next with the animals. Okay, this is, I think, paragraph what? Paragraph D. Okay, come up. The complicated process and the questionable outcome begs the question, what is the actual point of this technology? For us, the goal has always been replacing the extinct species with a suitable replacement, explains Novak. When it comes to breeding, band-tailed pigeons scatter and make maybe one or two nests per hectare, whereas passenger pigeons were very social and they would make 10,000 or more nests in 1 hectare. Since the disappearance of these key species, ecosystems in the eastern United States, US, have suffered as the lack of disturbance caused by thousands of passenger pigeons wrecking the trees and branches means there has been minimal need for regrowth. This has left forests stagnant and therefore unwelcoming to the plants and animals which evolved to help regenerate the forest after a disturbance. According to Novak, a hybridized band-tailed pigeon with the added nesting habits of a passenger pigeon could, in theory, re-establish that forest disturbance, thereby creating a habit necessary for a great many other native species to thrive. E. Another popular candidate for this technology is the woolly mammoth. George Church, a professor at Harvard University, Harvard Medical School, and the leader of the woolly mammoth the Bible project has been focusing on cold resistance, the main way in which the extinct woolly mammoth and its nearest living relative, the Asian elephant, differ. By pinpointing which genetic traits made it possible for mammoths to survive the icy climate of the tundra, the project's goal is to return mammoths or mammoth-like species to the area. My highest priority would be to preserving the endangered Asian elephants, says Church, expanding their range to the huge ecosystem of the tundra. Necessary adaptations would include smaller ears and thicker hair and extra insulating fat, all for the purpose of reducing heat loss in the tundra and all traits found in the now extinct woolly mammoths. This repopulation of the tundra and boreal forests of Eurasia and North America with large mammals could also be a useful factor in reducing carbon emissions. Elephants punch holes through snow and knock down trees, which encourages grass growth. This grass growth would reduce temperatures and mitigate emissions from melting permafrost. F. While the prospect of bringing extinct animals back to life might capture imagination, it is, of course, far easier to try to save an extinct existing species which is merely threatened with extinction. Many of the technologies that people have in mind when they think about de-extinction can be used as a form of genetic rescue, explains Shapiro. She prefers to focus the debate on how this emerging technology could be used to fully understand why various species went extinct in the first place, and therefore how we could use it to make genetic modifications which could prevent mass extinctions in the future. I would also say there is an incredible moral hazard to not do anything at all. She continues, we know that what we are doing today is not enough, and we have to be willing to take some calculated and measured risks. So this was it. Now you see what is, wait, see, where is the activity test? We just see, where is it gone? Ah, here. I'm gonna not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. Screen share is here. And now you see, and this is, I think I've done this. First, this is second passage that I have just read. It's about the extinction of the animals' revival and the de-extinction of the extinct species. So yes, I was trying to reading passages to phase 2 has 6 paragraphs A to F, and you have to match A, B, C, D, E, F, you see, but they are not written here. You should keep in mind and you see which paragraphs relates to what. Reference to how further disappearance of multiple species could be avoided. Yes, we have just said about it. Paragraph F. Explanation of a way of reproducing an extinct animal using the DNA of only that species. It is mentioned in paragraph A in the very beginning. A reference to a habitat which has suffered following the extinction of a species. This is mentioned in paragraph B. And then mention of the exact point at which a particular species became extinct. It is also mentioned in paragraph A. So you see option A is repeated and it can be like this. It's not that if you have written A1, so that you will not see. It's a further added to your difficulties, you know. Now questions 18 to 22, complete the summary below. So all efforts of the examiner have been made until that he should not be able to do it. Complete the summary below. Choose one, no more than 2 words. Okay, this time you can use 2 words, permission for 2 words from the passage for each answers. Then you see my first choice is that I should put a line on it. I don't want to see this. 18, 19. Okay, it must not disturb me. It must not distract me. And for this reason, for safety purpose, I just strike them out. Okay. So you see here, now I come to this, come up this here. Yes, here we are. Professor George Church and his team was trying to identify the genetic traits which enable mammoths to live in the tundra. The findings could help preserve the mammoth's close relative, the endangered Asian elephants. According to Church, introducing Asian elephants to the tundra would involve certain physical adaptations to minimize heat loss. And to survive in tundra, these species would need to have the mammoth-like features of thicker hair, ears, of a reduced size and a more insulating fat. Reproducing reproducing the tundra with mammoths or Asian elephants, mammoths, hybrids would also have an impact on the environment, which could help to reduce temperatures and decrease carbon emissions. And then we have questions 23 to 26. Look at the following statements. So question 23 to 26 and the list of people below. Oh God. Match each statement with the correct person A, B, or C. Okay. Here you see three. It's Ben Novak, Michael Archer, and Beth Shapiro. So we have to match all of them. Um, Reintroducing an extinct species to its original habitat could improve health of a particular species living there. It is told by Michael Archer, relates to Michael Archer. So option B is the proper one. A species brought back from extinction could have an important beneficial impact on the vegetation of its habitat. This is told by Beth Shapiro. So option C is there. A species brought back from extinction could have an important beneficial impact. Oh, where was that? It is important to concentrate on the causes of an animal's extinction. So this is told by Beth Shapiro. A species brought back from extinction could have an important beneficial impact on the vegetation of its habitat. This is told by Ben Novak. A. Our current efforts at preserving biodiversity are insufficient. This is told by Beth Shapiro. So this is the end of the second reading passage, and prepare for the third one. I'm expected to be a little harder. Okay, I hope you might have got the idea what to do in the reading section of this IELTS test, and I have, as you see, attempted to do the hurdles. Okay, thank you very much for watching. And in the end, if you have not yet, please subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get the fresh from us. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Goodbye.